Alrighty, guys. So, welcome back to another episode of Around the Loop. And today's episode is going to be like no other. I mean, I say that for every single other one, but I truly mean what I say. Today's episode is actually being filmed here in the city of the O's where the palm trees go. And very, very blessed to have a local artist from the city of the O actually representing, grew up in the East Side as well, so it's even better. And we have our local artist named Angel the Gamble with us today on the mics. So thank you very much for being on the show today.
Yep, thank you for having me, bro.
It's a big blessing, and today you guys are in for a big treat because he is a man of many hats. So not just a music producer, but he does clothing. And we're gonna take a deep dive into what he actually does. So you guys stay tuned. We'll play a snippet of his upcoming EP or song that's gonna be dropping soon. And you guys, like I said, stay tuned for it because it's gonna be a wild ride. So thank you for being on the show, man. I really appreciate you,
bro. Thank you.
So let's talk about yourself. Let's talk about who you are. Let's tell the world. Let's tell Around the Loop who you are, Angel. Like, tell us about yourself.
All right. So my name is Angel. Angel the Gamble, the Gamble Co.
Okay.
So some people just call me Gamble, but
yes, sir.
I feel like that name just kind of came about. But I started the clothing brand, and I feel like ever since I started the clothing brand, all I wear is just shirts that say Gamble.
That's pretty cool.
So a lot of people just started calling me Gamble, but nah, Angel the Gamble.
Okay.
Angel, but. I appreciate you, bro.
So let's talk about what you do, like because you wear a hat of many trades. So let's talk about the couple things that you do in life. What do you do?
Yeah, heck yeah, bro. So I mean, first of all, like I do have a full-time job. I work construction too, but
nice.
All these are kind of just talents that really came up and hobbies. They were hobbies at first, and especially with the music, because I do the music. The clothing, the clothing brand, and then I do like printing. So all my nice stuff that I do for my clothing brand, I do it all by myself. A
one-man team.
Yeah, ever since I started, and I started in my mom's, when I used to stay with my mom, 2-bedroom apartment. I had my own bedroom, and she bought me that little heat press. Just the heat press, and really like. I mean, shout out to my mom, because if it wasn't for her, like really, I didn't even plan on, being a, clothing designer, you could say.
Yeah.
T-shirt designer, but my mom really put me on just by buying me a heat press. But T-shirts, clothing, music, construction.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. It sounds like you got a handful of things you be doing.
Yeah. Photography too.
Okay. So we'll take a deep dive into that too. We'll get into all those little topics.
Yeah.
So let's talk about well, first off, before we even take a deep dive of like what you do, let's talk about the name Gamble. So where did that name come from?
Really, when I was trying to start the clothing brand, I was just trying to think of a name, and really, because I was making clothes for 4 years. Okay. And at first it wasn't a brand. At first I was just, I guess, selling shirts, selling T-shirts, selling hoodies, like just getting other designs and just putting them on some hoodies, heat pressing them. Yes. And I thought about it, and I was like, what? I gotta establish, a name. Okay. And really, the name Gamble is. I searched it up when I was thinking of the name, and the definition of gambling or gamble is an action that you're spending. I don't know how to say it if I search it up, but really the definition is said an action of taking a risk in order to achieve a higher outcome.
Yes.
Taking a risk or spending some money in order to maybe. It's not always going to work.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
It's not always going to work, but it's not really like, because me personally, I don't gamble. I've probably been to the casino like once or twice, bro.
Yeah.
I don't gamble, but really like the name can stand for a lot, mean a lot more. Okay. And it's like really like, when I first started, making money, I was selling weed,
Yeah.
I was selling weed, and I dropped like $500 on some weed and some disposables.
Yes,
and
sir.
That's how I made my first $1,000.
That makes sense.
My first $1,000. You know,
we all start somewhere.
Really, like, I was working fast food and it wasn't shit.
Yeah.
And I kind of just I took a risk, really, and I was fresh out of high school, you know. But
makes sense.
It's all like everything that you do is a risk. You know,
true.
When I started working construction, it was a risk that do I really want to do this? I was working at a grocery store and I went to construction and I was like, damn, you know, it's a risk that you got to take, you know. When I moved out of my mom's house,
it's a risk.
It's a risk, bro.
Yeah. So
everything that you do is a gamble, you know. Yeah. Everything that you do, and that's the thing. Like, I don't go to the casino.
That makes sense.
But every day
it's a gamble. You gotta play with life right there. I see that
with the t-shirts. You know, I'm spending like, you know, a couple $400 on some blanks. You know, and sometimes they're not going to sell. Sometimes they're not, you know.
So it's like, what do I do with the shirts that don't sell? It's
exactly.
Like, it is a risk. It is, it's the risk taking.
Everything that you do is a gamble, and that's really what the meaning is about, you know.
I like that. It's really nice when you put it like that in that perspective. It is a big, powerful word. It is, because every day you're gambling your life away with whether or not, you know, you're gonna make it home safely, or whether or not you're gonna go to work, or gambling whether you actually did go to the casino and gamble your check, try to get double.
Exactly. And if you did, good for you. You know,
and if
sometimes
you didn't make it,
works.
well, that sucks. I mean, sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. And I got a lot of friends, a lot of homies that, you know, they be going to the casino, you know, and a lot of homies, like, they buy the shirts. Yeah. And they're like, damn, heck yeah, I can't wait to wear this at the casino, you know. I'm like, hell yeah, that's dope, because, you know, that's where it's at, you know. That's where
I get that. It's a good little sense of luck, and I see that, man. It's really cool, because it's like that word, importantly, is it has such a significant meaning in life, and
definitely. And it's not really, like, to me, it's not really about gambling, but it's just the action, you know, just everything is a gamble. Not really going to the casino, because that's not what I do.
No, it's everything. It's more than just the casino life, but it's. Because I like that word. Yeah, it is a gamble. There's a lot of risk taking that you have to do in life in order to make it big.
Definitely.
Like, there are times, like you say, you know, you're buying $400 worth of blank shirts. Like, how do you know you're gonna get the $400 back?
Yep.
You're not guaranteed that.
Yep, you know, definitely.
You might sell some shirts. You might not. You know, who knows? Or who knows what happens if a box accidentally gets eaten up by some rats or something. You know, you get damaged shirts. Like,
hell yeah.
Now I got a bunch of shirts with holes in it.
Yeah, see, like, even like just the screen printing too. Like, shoot, I started doing the screen printing. It's a gamble, bro. Like, I'm over here paying rent at this house, and I'm screen printing. Like, there's fucking paint in my backyard, all over my grass, all over my bricks. You know.
Yeah.
But hey, shit, it's a risk that I gotta take. You know, if I want to do this shit. You know.
It's true, and so, you know, I wanted to talk about that. So, like you say, you do your construction, you do the screen printing. How long have you been doing screen printing for?
Really, the screen printing, I just started doing it this year.
Okay.
Like, at first, I was just doing vinyl.
Okay, so so screen printing wasn't the first thing.
No. Yeah, my mom got me a heat press, and I was fresh out of high school, 2020. So, shit, yeah, about to be 4 years, you know.
Wow.
And I'm 22. So at the time I was like 18, and she bought me that thing, and I was like, shoot, it's just a heat press. She didn't buy me anything else, just a heat press, bro. So, you know, you can't really do much with just a heat press.
Limited,
you need all the other components. You need the vinyl. You need if you're gonna do screen printing, you need that, or, you know, whatever you're gonna do, because direct to garment is another way to do clothing. There's just different, and I've tried almost every way to do it. I've tried direct to film. I've tried vinyl. I've tried.
What's the difference between, like, the direct to garment and direct to film? For some of the audience members here that are going to ask that question, because they don't know the difference. Like, how would you describe that?
Yeah, so pretty much direct to garment is like a big printer that you put the t-shirt in there and it goes straight into the printer, and the printer prints directly onto the t-shirt, onto the hoodie, directly onto the fabric.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yep, so it's just a huge printer, and it pretty much just...
Conveyor belt style,
Yep, it's like a conveyor belt, brings the t-shirt in, it prints it, and then it pops out with the print and all that.
And how much are like machines like that?
Those are... It depends, you know, but if you're trying to get a good one, they're definitely over like $10K.
That's explain that's understandable, especially with that big of a caliber too. You got to do hoodies, you got to do shirts, and
yeah, but it's worth it. But I definitely, once I started learning the screen print, I like the screen print. It's a lot. I like the quality. It's a lot better. But I've tried all the different types, you know. So, but pretty much like you said, direct to garment, direct to film. That direct to garment prints. It takes the T-shirt, prints right on the T-shirt. Direct to film is just a printer that prints on just a clear sheet of film.
Yeah.
And it'll get your whole image, all the colors, and it's just pretty much an iron-on piece of paper.
Oh, okay.
So that piece of paper gets the image.
Yeah.
And you bring the image to the heat press, put it on your shirt, and it stamps it. Okay. And it's pretty much direct to film is more like a stamp, more like a iron-on sticker. And direct to garment is just a direct print with ink. The ink is inserted straight to the actual T-shirt.
Okay, that makes that makes sense, because this is, you can feel the difference. This is actually on
that's screen print, I believe. Yeah, that's screen print. But I've experimented with a lot of different ones, you know.
So what's like one of your like top favorites, I guess, if you had either top 3 or a top 1, like which one's like your most preferable one that you like to go to?
Well, definitely right now, since I'm doing the screen print, I like doing this. It's a lot harder, but I like the quality is way better. And I still haven't really learned, you know, I haven't really learned everything. Right now, I'm just doing like black and white prints, black and gray prints, or like 2-color prints. But definitely with the screen printing, if you really know what you're doing, you can do full color images.
Oh shit!
You like a full picture. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right now.
Get to that.
I'm learning that right now.
No, that's really neat. And you know, like it's funny because I was just talking to my brother the other day about it, and we were putting two together about for your interview, this upcoming interview here. Yeah. And just to let the audience know, like a couple episodes I talked about doing merchandise and making definitely Around the Loop podcast T-shirts, and I did release them. And actually, if you guys didn't know, Angel here was actually the man that was responsible for actually making those prints happen. And thanks to him and my brother for making that dream come true. So
definitely, bro. Anytime.
It is piecing that two together. I am very thankful for that. So if people are curious, like who was the man behind it, it was you. So I am thankful for that. And that's something like it's really cool because it's a small world. I didn't put that together right away. I was like, and I know I made a shirt specifically for you too, because I was like, no, I got to thank him for like taking his time, because it's a lot of work too. It's time is limited.
Definitely. But that's the thing. Like when I did those, I was like, I think at the time you had just started your podcast. Yeah. And I had just started learning the screen print.
That's so cool.
So, you know, like we're all trying to get some shit started, you know, we're all trying to make something happen. And that's what it's all about. Like him bringing me that. Yeah. And like he told me, hey, can you print this for me? And I'm like, hey, I'm learning how to do this. So why not? It's another learning experience for me. You know, I'll try it. So I did that. And I was just, at the time, I was just learning how to burn the screens and all that.
No, and now I'm very thankful for that. It's really neat.
And now, like, I got it down. Like all these prints I do all by myself. I do everything from I buy the screens.
Yes. So let's talk about that process then. Like, cause let's break down that process for a screen print, and let's break it down so we can let the world know how you actually how that process is.
Yeah. So I do everything by myself. Like all the shirts that I've been doing the past year is just all my own screen print, and that's why I've been kind of like, all my old T-shirts that were vinyl, I've been kind of getting rid of, giving out for free, because now I'm trying to transition into this new screen print,
new era,
all like quality stuff. So I'm doing all Shaka, all screen print, and I'm trying to make sure like quality over quantity, you know?
No, 100%, 100%. Do you even have like a label tag for your shirts yet? Or you ever thought about doing that in the future?
No, so I'm working on that, and it's just gonna be printed into the shirt.
That's actually really neat. I was gonna say, because I did the stitching, and it's really nice, but it doesn't lock in all the way. Sometimes the threading comes out. Yeah. So the printing on the bag is actually what I recommend. Do that.
Yeah, definitely. And my bad, I kind of drifted away, but with the screens, so I do everything with my brand. And I pretty much buy the screens, the blank screens, brand new. I get like 6 packs. And the emulsion, I do it from the screen to the emulsion to the burning. Like, it's a big process. So pretty much I get the screen, put the emulsion on it. I have to wait for that to dry about 4 hours. Once the emulsion dries, I have to print my image with black ink. Pretty much, it's on my printer. Yeah. I go to my printer on my computer. Okay. I pretty much print out whatever it is that I'm trying to print on a clear piece of paper.
Okay.
And I bring that to the garage, my screen with the emulsion, with my film sheet, bring it over here, and pretty much that film sheet, I'll show you a picture of it, or I'll show you a couple of them, but that film sheet gets burned in my garage, and that's pretty much
so how do you actually
come about.
Burn that on there? Like,
it's like a UV light.
Oh.
A UV light. So yeah, I do everything from the screen to the burning, bring it to my garage.
Yeah, I was always curious how you actually burn the image onto the screen, because I didn't know how you do that.
At first, when I first started doing it, it was a tough process. It took me like about a month just to learn it. And I was like coming home from work every day, just learning how to burn screens, burn screens. And it wasn't working at first for like the first 3 weeks. And I finally got it down, you know?
What was it like that you finally, let's talk about that moment where you actually locked in.
Okay.
And you're like, oh shit, this is actually, I'm doing it right. Like,
so
let's describe that feeling that day. How was that?
It was, honestly, I think what it was is I didn't have the right materials at first.
Okay.
The first 2 weeks, I had like a different light that wasn't a UV light.
Okay.
It wasn't like the purple, whatever, purple light that I use. It was just a regular white light, and I was trying to do it and it wasn't working.
I see.
And when I finally got that purple UV light from Amazon, and I started like working with the different exposure times.
Oh, okay, I see.
That's what it is. It's just a long process, and at first it took me like a month to fully learn the screen printing, and I didn't know what I was doing at first. I was watching like YouTube videos after YouTube videos.
You gotta thank YouTube University for fucking teaching us.
No, definitely.
Yeah, for real. YouTube's
and that's
how you learn.
Yeah, bro. Like that's, now that you say that, YouTube University, bro.
For real. That's like, how I learned a lot of my shit.
No, because definitely when I was in high school, bro, like I started making music. I wasn't doing t-shirts or anything. When I was in high school, I started making music when I was 14 years old.
Oh shit! Okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Okay.
Yeah, I was a freshman. 2016.
Okay.
2016, and pretty much I was just like getting YouTube beats and just kind of messing around, just like, you know, like learning how to rhyme. Yeah. But it was just like a little kid, you know. I was a freshman in high school, just messing around, you know.
That's really cool, man.
And when I started doing that, I was like, you know what? I started learning how to make beats about my sophomore year.
Nice.
And it was fun to me. That's what I like. You know, I would come home from school, and shout out to my cousin Carlos. He's the one that it's funny. I know he had. Yeah, exactly. He had the laptop, and he kind of was trying to learn how to do music. But I was in high school, and he was older than me. He had a job.
Yeah.
He had a full-time job.
He just might have just graduated when you were just starting.
Yeah, I think so. So at the time he was like 19, 20, and he had a job. So he was buying a laptop. He bought a microphone and a mic stand because he wanted to learn that stuff.
Yeah.
But to him, he was working full time, and he didn't really, like, he couldn't have the time to learn it.
That makes sense.
But I would get off of school, go straight to his house, and just hop on his computer, and I started learning all that.
That's really cool.
I started learning it all, like going on YouTube, like you said. That's why this. I started talking about it. I went on YouTube and started learning how to make beats, learning how to mix vocals, learning how to do all that. And pretty much one day he came home and I was like, "Hey, bro, look at I just made this song," and it was on FL Studio.
Yeah,
I was a little ass kid and I learned how to use FL Studio, and I had made a song that had like auto tune and everything. And he was like, "Damn, bro, what the heck? How'd you learn how to do this?" And pretty much like after that, he was like, "Okay, like you know how to record and all that." And me and him started making music together. Like I would just record him, engineer kind of while he was recording, and then I started doing my own music. And I learned everything off YouTube, bro. But when I was in high school, everyone used to tell me like I wasn't, you know, I didn't have the best grades at all in high school or in middle school at all, you know. And I had like a lot of people that like kind of like put me down, like, "Oh, you got bad grades, you know, you're not gonna do good, you know, just because I had bad grades, I'm not gonna do good in life." That's like, honestly, that's something that you shouldn't tell a kid, bro, because when I was a little kid, that shit really got to me, you know.
Yeah, but let's talk about that, because that's something important, bro. As growing up as an adult,
definitely, like something that you shouldn't tell a kid, bro. You shouldn't tell someone like, oh, if you're doing bad in school, you're not gonna do good in life. You know, like what the hell? Like, you should.
I agree with you.
Tell them to do better. You know, but
always tell them to do better. Because that negativity comment, man, it sticks with you forever. And I recall a story a while back where I had one of my ROTC instructors, like, he straight up said, he's like, hey, you know, you planning to go in the Marines? Because it was me, him, and a corpsman in the car, and he was talking to the corpsman trying to act cool with him. He was like, hey,
so he was talking to like another older dude,
so he was like, hey, what do you want to do when you get older? And I was like, well, when I become a senior and I graduate, Colonel, I'm gonna fucking join the Marine Corps. And then he was just like, oh, well, you know, I don't know, man. Look at, you know, the way you look. You should pick a different branch. You ain't gonna become a Marine. And I just laughed at him. I was like, well, you know what? You better watch your mouth, because watch, it's going to happen. Yeah. So, yeah, the comments like that forever stick, man.
Definitely.
Forever stick.
When I was younger, like, that shit really got to me, you know? And really, like, just because, like, someone's not planning to go to college, you know? Like, honestly, bro, I never went to college. As soon as, I almost didn't graduate high school because, like, all that COVID stuff happened. 2020, when COVID happened, Oceanside High School was graduating at the pier, but when COVID came about, bro, we had no graduation. School was canceled, and like we didn't get to do any of that, bro. So as soon as school was canceled, like halfway through our school year, I completely stopped doing school, bro. My senior year, I was like going back and forth, like it was all online school. Yeah. But I was doing a few assignments, but I was at the time I got my first job, and I'm like, you know what? I wasn't, you know, COVID happened and nobody was even doing anything, you know? So I kind of stopped and I almost didn't graduate. I didn't graduate the year up. Yeah. I literally graduated the next year. I started doing school again.
Big props for sticking to it, man. At least you stuck by, you didn't give up, and you still achieved it.
But bro, I don't even think I was staying with my mom, you know? But I saved up some money and I was focused on other things, bro. I wasn't trying to graduate high school. I was trying to save money. I was trying to get money, trying to save money. And at the time, I got a job and I started, you know, doing other stuff and started saving my money. And when I finally moved in with my mom again, it was like the next year and I still didn't graduate. Okay. You know, but I saved up enough money to where me and my mom could get a down payment on an apartment, you know, and a deposit, and I moved back in with my mom. And after that, she bought me the heat press, and that's when it all started, you know, pretty much right after that. Because I wasn't living with my mom, like, all throughout high school, pretty much. And pretty much, like, YouTube University, like you were saying, when I was in high school, people would tell me, you're going to go to college. Oh, you do music. Why don't you go to college and learn music, learn this, learn whatever you're trying to do.
Why do I need to do that? I'm YouTube. Literally for free.
Why do I need to go to college and learn music when I've already learned what the fuck I need? I'm doing it.
And you're learning at your own pace. Exactly. You're not pressured. You don't have distractions. Because I understand school is not for everybody. Yeah. It's not, and it's okay. There are some people that didn't do well in school, but doesn't mean they're not successful.
I'm not telling you, hey, fuck school, don't go to school. No, you know, it's important, bro. But I still graduated, and I know, like, you know, I don't know how it is for other people, but I know without a high school diploma, it's kind of hard to do certain things.
Sucks, yeah. You're limited. You're
exactly.
limited.
And right now, I'm like doing trade school and all that. So,
that's a blessing.
And I needed my diploma, and I'm glad in order to get that job where I'm at, I needed my high school diploma, and I'm glad I did get it. I got it a year late, but I still went and got it. You know, after I had finished whatever it was that I was trying to do, after I had saved up some money and moved back in with my mom, and I started saving up more money. Then I went back to school and I finished the next year, you know. But after that, I didn't go to college, and all my friends that were my age that ended up going, hey, you know, we were just getting our checks. What do they call it?
The fast food.
Yeah, they got their we just got our fast food checks. This and that. They went to school for like 2 months, bro, and dropped out.
Yeah, but then a lot of catch people, up with them, though.
A lot of people, bro. A lot of people that, you know, and honestly, it's just like, for me, school wasn't ever for me. So I never planned on going to college, you know? And I really didn't have to. All the stuff that I wanted to do, all the stuff that I wanted to learn, I learned on my own.
Which is good. And you were able to achieve that, like I said, on your own pace, at your own will. And you're not in debt. For education, it comes in all forms. But
and if you're trying to do like certain things, if you're trying to be a doctor, then yeah, of course. But I know to do music and to, you know, maybe it might have helped. But to learn that stuff, I didn't need to go to college.
You learn, and that's a really beautiful experience right there, because some folks are like, oh man, I do need to go to school. I have to do this. I have to. You can self-teach yourself. There is, YouTube University is a big blessing right there that will help you, but you have to put in that work. You had the determination, you had the willpower to I want to be better. So you were always striving to be a better version of yourself every single time, which definitely, that's good, man. That's really good.
Yeah, definitely. And I learned a lot of the stuff the screen printing, the music and all that. I learned it all on YouTube, on my own, on YouTube.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, or through other people that I know, you know, but really it's trial and error. Yeah. Everything that you do. And if you don't try something, you're never going to learn it. Or if you don't think you're good at something, you probably haven't done it enough.
Yeah, or if you sit there and wonder like, oh, what if? Well, why sit there and wonder what if? Just try it.
Yeah, exactly. Try it or work harder at it.
It might not work out the first time, but keep attempting, or at least, you know, there's a different route to approach it. So it's like...
Yeah, no, because I've had like a few people that I know, like when I started doing the screen printing, I talked to a few people and they're like, oh, like, yeah, I've tried that before. That stuff's too hard. Like I did it for a little bit. Like they invested the money and they tried it for a little bit. And they're like, yeah, I tried it for a bit. It didn't work out. So, you know, I got a bunch of stuff in my garage that I'm trying to get rid of.
That's
so
true.
Yeah,
it happens a lot.
But to me, once I fucking spent the money and when I wanted to do screen printing, I was like, hey, I want to do big prints and I want to do like oversized prints. And so I went and bought a bigger printer.
Nice.
And I had never done screen printing before. But that first day when I was first week, I was like, I want to do it. I went and bought a fucking $500 printer.
Okay, I see.
You know, and that's another thing, bro. It's a gamble, you know.
Yeah, it's true because it's $500, bro. It's not money don't fall out of the sky like that. So
exactly, it's like, $500 printer, and that's not even anything. The printer is just getting me the film, and I gotta buy the screens,
ink. It's a whole different
the screens, the ink, the squeegees, whatever it is, all that shit. When I first started doing it, bro, I probably like 8 months ago, I spent like $1,000 first week, you know.
I definitely that's a learning experience when you talk about the when you start adding up the price of all the materials and stuff, because when it came to making the shirts, like I easily spent, I want to say it was more than like almost like $250 at least, because it was a lot for the shirts, the blank shirts, and then the screens, the ink. It adds up. It fucking adds up, man. It really does. And like you said, it is a gamble because some people did like the shirt, some people didn't, but for everybody that I did deliver a shirt to, like they did like it, so it was really nice. But that's cool. I see the gamble behind them, man. It is like,
no, definitely.
It might not.
And that's why, like, and I don't know if I told you, but that's why, like, when I started doing the gamble, it's all my own t-shirts, you know. But recently, I got into like thrifting.
Okay.
Thrifting and buying like old baseball jerseys, because I started getting super into baseball. Like I've always been a Padre fan, but just this season, like I started watching like all baseball.
I got my own custom Padres jersey. You might have seen a picture on Instagram with the 23 on there.
No,
my girl got me that.
Dope. Okay,
my last name on there.
So like I started copping jerseys just this past year, and I was like, all those jerseys I kind of like not thrifted, but I found them on like Facebook Marketplace, and I make sure they're real, you know, and I like started doing my research and I started reselling. So I have my other thing that I do reselling.
So reselling.
So reselling really cool. Like vintage shirts, vintage t-shirts, hats, restoring hats.
Oh wow.
Restoring like old vintage hats, and the name, I kind of just thought of the name and it was like simple, Casino Vintage. So it's like gamble and then the casino. So
it's very unique. No, I like that too, and that's really cool. See, like you always have the way to be working. You're always constantly staying busy. You always have
always.
So there's not an excuse to be like, oh, I'm broke. Okay, you're broke for why? Because A, you paid all your bills, or B, because you're just fucking sitting on your ass.
Yep. No, and honestly, like, bro, sometimes it happens, bro. Sometimes shit, I pay rent and I'm fucking broke.
Oh fuck yeah, I've been there too.
And but most of the time when I'm broke, it's because I spent most of my money on investments.
Yeah, no, and that's understandable.
Most of the time, bro. Probably like 80% of the time, the stuff that when I'm broke, it's like all like t-shirts or other stuff that I spent money on. But I'm planning on making the money back. You know, sometimes it doesn't come right away.
No, it's true. It takes a little longer than what you expected. But, you know, if you're patient with it and you know, you got faith in it, it will happen. It will happen, man.
Oh, definitely.
So wanted to ask, like, let's talk about yourself. Let's talk more about who you are. Like, how, you know, if people were to meet you in person for the first time out in the streets or out in an event that one day you host an event that you're, who knows what you're doing, you're a big event, man, and people want to come up to you and you got fans now, like, they want to meet you in person. Like, how would you describe yourself if somebody's going to meet you? Like, because some people get intimidated that they're, you know, oh, I'm going to talk to this artist, I'm going to talk to this person here, and you know, I start getting scared, I start getting nervous. It's like, oh, and you start fumbling. It's like, well, no, if you describe like, hey, I'm cool, or I'm like this, honestly, how would you describe yourself?
Bro, I'm just another dude, bro. I'm just another guy. And especially like being from Oceanside, I'm just a normal guy. Like if you grew up in the neighborhood or you grew up in Oceanside, San Diego, bro, I've seen all the stuff that, you know, that you've seen. I've been through all the stuff that I'm just another guy, you know?
Yes, sir.
I'm nobody special. And then even if, you know, I plan on, you know, obviously we all plan on making it big.
Yeah,
you know, but
right there when you said you're nobody special. No, man, and I hate to say that, you know, I hate to say you're wrong on that. You are somebody special, dog. You are, and you have to get reminded about that because you are a unique person that you're doing all this. So you are a special, dog.
Yeah,
and it's weird. It's weird. You know, and it's weird because we're used to you like, yeah, we're nobody. No, we are somebody. It's just, it's hard to accept that on our behalf. Be like, yeah, we are somebody. We are making a name for ourselves. So. Not to be rude or anything, but you are somebody. So don't put yourself down like that. You are somebody.
No, I'm not trying to put myself down, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not treating nobody else different than something. You know,
that's what I like right there.
You know, I'm not treating like if I don't know you, I'm not. Oh, who are you? You know, I'm this fucking famous guy. No, hey, you know, say what's up, bro. Like, you know, I'm
okay.
friendly.
See, I like that. I like that. You're a genuine person, so I see that. It's genuine.
And I don't see myself different from anybody else, even if I. You know, even if I did have a big following or anything.
See, that's special, and you got to stay true to that. You got to, because it'll happen one day where it takes off, man, and you're big now, big celebrity, and it's like, oh.
But yeah, like being someone, like the way that I grew up, bro, like I grew up in Oceanside, I grew up in the East Side, and like, shoot, if I ever make some good money, I plan on staying here, you know? I plan on, like, my main goal is like, being able to buy a house in the East Side, being able to buy a house in the neighborhood or like the street that I grew up on, you know, like that's what I love, you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking go to the Hollywood Hills or anything, bro. You know, the place that I grew up, I love that place. I love this place. I like, bro. I could look out my balcony and see the beach. You know?
See, that's a view that a lot of people don't get, man.
Bro, I know a lot of people don't get that, but bro, like just the beach being right next to the water, just the city, Oceanside, you know, we're right here on the side of the ocean, bro. I could see the beach from right here.
It's beautiful,
you know.
It is.
And it's not even that, but just like I love this place, you know. And then it's like everyone else that grew up around here, it's like, hey, bro, we're the same. We've probably been through all the same things, you know. Single mom, you know, grew up in a household with like my uncles and all my cousins, bro. You know, that's the way I grew up. Grew up in a household with fucking 15 kids. And
so yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about your childhood. Let's talk about that. Like, how was your childhood and everything? You said growing up, you 15 kids.
Growing up, I grew up with a lot of cousins, a lot of family. Like all my family was like down the street or around the corner.
Nice,
you know. Like I grew up on Loretta Street, the back of Loretta Street, and I go up the street, turn left, and my aunt's house is there. Go a little bit more down the street. All my mom's siblings, my mom's brothers and sisters. My mom grew up with, I think she had 12 siblings, including her. Yeah. She had, her parents had 12 kids.
Okay.
But she had a big family, and those are all my uncles and aunts. And they all live around Oceanside. Yeah. And a lot of them, when I was growing up, they lived all in the East Side. So they were all right down the street. And the street that we grew up on, there was my aunt or my uncle owned one house, and he had like 4 kids, and me, my mom, and my other uncle, and all his kids, we stayed in the bottom floor, like in the garage and in the living room. It was a big house. It was a 2-story house, but we grew up with like 15, 20 people, and you know, like 15 people in the house, you know. And then right next door, literally right next door, was my other uncle and 3 of my cousins.
Okay, I see.
One of them was younger, so he was my age. So, and right, probably like 4 houses down was my tia's house. She still owns that house. My other uncle and my tia, they still own those 2 houses.
Nice.
But on that one street, we had like 4 of my uncles.
Shit. Okay.
Like, 3 of my uncles and 1 of my aunts, all my mom's siblings. They had the house right on the same street, bro. So all my cousins were on that street, riding bikes, playing football, all that stuff.
That's pretty cool. So you were always busy.
Yeah,
that's really good.
But that's the thing. I appreciate that, because growing up with all my cousins and growing up with a big family, you know, because shoot, my girlfriend, like, her family is very small, and she only has 1 brother and 1 uncle or 2 uncles.
Yeah.
Her family's not really big, and I don't think her family, they don't have a lot of people that are staying in Oceanside. You know, they're like up north, San Jose.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So this is
but like in Oceanside, it's literally just her little brother, her mom, and like her grandparents and her dad.
So it's really up to you. It's up to you and your family, man, to make sure that they don't feel left out like that, because it is a crazy feeling coming from a different spot, and it's like for me, like for example, I'm an outsider to the community I'm with, but I work so hard to work with the community and stuff, and you know I love them all, but yeah, it is up to your other partner, your girl, or you to make them feel like, you know, hey, the community does love you, like it's okay, like it's cool.
Yeah, and that's awesome. That's like definitely my childhood was raised like with a lot of cousins, and I appreciate that, because I got to shoot bruises and fucking cuts on my knees and like a bunch of blood, you know. We fucked around when we were kids.
Yeah,
we did crazy shit. We jumped fences and fucking went into the neighbor's house and played football and tackled ourselves in the middle of the street, bro. Like, we did, you know, that's just as kids, you know. But I grew up with a lot of cousins, and then like later on going into middle school, was just like skateboarding. That's all I was doing in middle school, was just skateboarding. And like every day, growing up in the east side, we would go to the park during the summer, and they had the lonchera. So it was just always me, the homie Butters, and my homie Alex, and we used to skate every day. And then a couple of the other homies that we grew up with skateboarding, but we used to jump the fence of Laurel and just go skate inside and shoot.
Yeah, I've seen the endless clips of that. I've seen the endless.
John, I used to kick it with your brother too. We used to, and your little brother, bro. We used to jump the fence. And
I've seen that hide and seek. Him and Steven. I remember the whole famous Steven doing that kickflip,
bro.
That shit was so funny.
Yeah, bro. We used to go. Yeah, for sure. We used to jump the fence and just go into school and just kick it, run around, skate, and play hide and seek. Fucking climb the roof.
Yeah.
We used to call security on ourselves just so they can come kick us out and we could run away. Like, that shit was crazy, bro. I remember doing that. Yeah, we used to be like, hey, there's some kids. Yeah, we used to, just so they could come and we could just run. Just like that adrenaline. Just give us a little adrenaline. Hey, they're chasing us. Oh shit, it's the cops. And we used to just jump the fence and run into the canyon. But for no reason, bro, we used to like run to the canyon like if we were gonna get arrested, bro. Like, we're little kids playing inside of a school, you know? Like, we're probably, shit, I don't know, Johnny, you were probably like 13.
But the thrill of it, though, I get that.
Yeah, like, it was just fun, you know? We're messing around, little kids. But that's what we were doing, bro. Like, I grew up with a lot of cousins, and then just the homies that I grew up with all throughout middle school, elementary school, that I've known my whole life, you know? And they all grew up around the neighborhood. Like, the homie used to call me every summer. The lonchera was there at the park. He used to call me. At the time, I didn't even have a phone. He used to call me on Facebook Messenger. Yeah. On, like, my tablet. I had a little tablet fucking when I was, like, it's 6th grade. I was, like, 11 years old. But he used to call me Facebook Messenger. I remember the ring.
Yeah, I'll never forget that fucking ring.
And this one used to call me and wake me up and be like, hey, let's go to the lonchera. and he used to come to my house, and we used to skate to the park. And you go to the park, and they're giving out free food to all the kids. You line up. In
the summer, I remember that.
Oceanside School District. So you used to put your number in, and they give you your meal, you know? And we'll just chill at the park and eat our food, and the homie will be like, hey, I'm about to go back for seconds, you know? That's just like the shit that we were doing, you know? It was just like funny shit. That's like middle school stuff, you know? We used to skate downtown, and like my mom used to not let me. Like, bro, the way that we grew up, like all the kids that were really skateboarding, they were at the fucking skate park every day. They were like downtown, Oceanside every day. And our parents, like me and the homie Butters, we had strict parents. And like, hey, you better not be going far. You know, what the fuck? You've been gone for 4 hours. Where you at?
But you think about it now, like, where are those people that were fucking skating downtown, just fucking all about? Where are they in life now? Compared to where you are now. So, I mean, I guess in a way, we are thankful that our parents were really fucking strict on us with that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, at least like, bro, we weren't allowed to go further than the park.
Which makes sense. Yeah, because beyond that, you can disappear in the downtown, get kidnapped, and taken on the freeway real fast. Like, it is scary. It's a scary thing. The freeway is right there.
Definitely. Like, but that's the thing. Like, our parents, like other kids were going to the skate park and all that, but our parents wouldn't really let us go downtown and do all that stuff. So sometimes we used to, hey, we're just gonna be at the park.
Yep.
Hey, I'm gonna check in with my mom real quick, so she knows like, hey, everything's all good. As soon as I check in, we're going downtown. You know, we would go downtown, go jump the fence to Oceanside High, or go skate inside the school. You know, and until I fucking broke my arm, I was like trying to go skate Oceanside High. I jumped the 10th stair and I broke my arm.
Shit.
I was like, I don't know, 8th grade.
So let's talk about that moment that you broke your arm. How was it? Let's talk about that moment then.
Oh, it's just little.
What you tried doing off the stairs?
I was just trying to ollie the stairs, but it was a big set of stairs, bro. It was a 10 stair.
I know what you're talking about.
Set. Yep, right there.
In front of the office?
Yeah.
In front of the office, right there on that side. Right there on the opposite side of the
stairway to heaven.
Bro, I straight up went and tried it because like at the time everybody, oh, did you see? You go on Instagram and fools were like skating those.
Yeah, I've seen the clips before when people were fucking bombing that shit.
Back then, and fools were like kick flipping, and I was like, damn, you know, hey, if you can do that, hey, to us, we're little kids, bro. So to us, it's like, oh, if you can land that, if you can do, you know, you're a G, you know, you're fucking, you're beast if you can do that. So I was like, that day, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do the 6th stair. I did the 6th stair. I'm gonna do the 7. I'm gonna do the 8. And then from the 8th stair, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do the 10. Yeah. And I went up and I tried it one time. And I kind of just, I bailed out.
Yeah.
And I just rolled. I was like, hey, fuck it, I'm going to do it again. And the second time I went up, I landed it, I stuck it, but then I leaned forward on my wrist.
I tried to break your fall
there. I tried to break my fall with my hand, and I like held myself up, but I fell on my hand. And I don't know, my
shit.
Like I remember for like 3 days, that day, I had a broken arm, but I didn't know it was broken. I was just like, you know, my arm hurts.
Yeah. And
I kept skating, bro, with the broken arm with all the homies there. And I remember I took my shirt off and I wrapped my shirt around my arm. And I just kind of like, just to wrap it. Thought it was going to help. But all the homies were still skating. So I was like, hey, I'm trying to stay here. I'm not trying to go home. So I was still skating, still fucking ollieing stairs and shit. And I remember all the homies were trying to go home or trying to stay there at night.
Yeah.
And it was like probably like 5, 6 o'clock. I was like, I'm about to go home. So I skated home by myself with the fucking broken arm. And for 3 days, I didn't even know it was broken. I was just sitting there playing Call of Duty in my room. It
must have been swollen. Your hand must have been swollen.
No, it didn't. I don't know. It didn't look broken, but at least to me, bro, it didn't look broken. But when I went to the hospital, like 3 days later, I was like, yeah, I think it's still hurting. I think I got to go. I went to the hospital and I went like that. And the doctor was like, ooh, damn, bro. That shit is broken.
It's all popped out.
I was like, what? I was like, you can tell? To me, it didn't even look broken. It looked normal.
He's like, it's good to me. It's all popped out that way.
The doctor was like, damn, what the hell? When'd you break it? I was like, shit, like 4 days ago. She's like, what the fuck?
You wait so long? Like, I don't know. I was trying to play this game.
Like, hell yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but that was funny shit. I remember that was like 8th grade. But after that, because I was young, you know, I never really got hurt like that. And I was jumping off of shit, kick flipping off of shit when I was little. And once I got into high school, and that was like when I was a freshman, I broke my arm.
Mm-hmm.
I think I kind of like stopped skating after that. I didn't stop skating completely, but
slow down.
I slowed down and I stopped doing crazy shit like that. Definitely, but
no. Occasionally, I'd get on a skateboard once in the blue moon. I don't skate the way that my brothers did. Like they were better than I was. I didn't have the time to like really practice like that. I was always working on cars.
Hell yeah.
But I think there was one time where I really stopped skating and I fucking tried to kickflip. I think I kickflipped the fucking board into my ass cheek. So I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm fucking done.
It popped up.
I'm good. I credit card myself, and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, nah. Fucking, I still mess around. I still can do my fucking 360 flips, kick flips, and all that, but
yeah,
I don't do crazy shit.
No, I don't try to do nothing crazy.
I still try to stay active though. I try to play sports. Like lately, I've been playing a lot of baseball.
Oh, really? Like okay. You playing with a team or friends, family?
Nah, just like playing with the friends.
Okay.
Like I get some of the homies, and we go to like down the street to the baseball park.
Mm-hmm.
Just they're like little league parks. It's a little league field.
Yeah.
Like T-ball field.
Yeah.
So it's not too far. So we just fucking hit home runs.
No, that's pretty fun, man. It's good to practice because you never know. One day you might be that lucky that guy that can actually swing or you can pitch real good. Like freaks of nature, it happens.
Yeah, I was just you're trying to stay active.
That's good.
Yo, yeah.
It's good to stay active because I mean, if you're not, you start slowing down. Your bones, you'll stiff up, man. And it's you're so young, so keep doing it because once you get older, man, and start slowing down a little bit because you're like, fuck, I don't got the energy for that no more.
Hell yeah, but
so enjoy it.
That's honestly like that's the reason I work so hard. But I've been working, trying to get stuff done. But just this past year, my girl found out that she was pregnant, and so like lately I've been going hard, trying to do everything,
Yeah,
and that's like the main reason. Like I've always been doing photography ever since I was a kid. Like when I used to skate, when I used to skate, I remember for Christmas I asked for a GoPro camera, and I asked for like a camcorder, the flip out Sony camcorders that you hold.
Yeah,
and I got one of those. I saved up some money just like selling cans or like recycling cans with my mom. I saved up like $80 and I bought one from Amazon, and I put a fisheye lens on it, and I used to take that thing everywhere when I used to film YouTube videos. That's one thing when we were kids. Yeah, YouTube videos.
So
everybody wanted to be still to this day. Everybody wanted to be a YouTuber.
I like how you said that because the first artist I interviewed, he mentioned that he also had a little YouTube career too as well when he was younger.
Yeah, bro. Like,
so let's talk about that. We were all on YouTube. It's funny. We all have a YouTube video when we were kids.
You could ask anybody that's like 25 or under,
especially from
most likely, bro. You've tried to do some YouTube shit. Everyone thought we were gonna be famous as fuck, Everyone thought we were gonna be YouTubers,
Is that YouTube channel still up and everything?
Oh, my YouTube channel, definitely. I still have all my old videos like on private.
Okay.
When I was a kid, that was what we were doing, It was like, oh, we're gonna do YouTube, or we're gonna fucking try to be a YouTuber, edit these videos, and I was doing gaming videos too, bro.
Okay.
Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
So talk about. Do you still play that nowadays? Is that something,
bro? Honestly,
because I know the new one's out, or what? Right, the new one's out.
Yeah, I don't play any of the new ones. I don't, cause bro, like PlayStation 4. There's one thing, bro. When I was middle school, we used to play a lot of Call of Duty, a lot of Skate 3, and I used to go skate. So we used to skate with the homies, and some days when it was raining or something, or some days we getting tired, we would go back to my house and just play Call of Duty. Me and the homies would go 1v1 on Black Ops 2, bro, because that was the shit back in the day. And just gaming it like that. But once I got into freshman year, because my mom was going through a lot of stuff, and I had to move out and move into my uncle's house. Yeah. And when I was only a freshman, bro, I was a freshman, and at the time I was like hanging out with a lot of the homies, going skateboarding every day, playing video games. And unfortunately, my freshman year, I moved to my uncle's apartment, and I moved out of that street that I was on. So I stopped kicking it with a lot of the homies I was with, a lot of my childhood friends. I stopped hanging out with them once I got into high school because I moved, I moved like a few blocks away, and
I stopped
hanging out with my homies, and I'd moved in with my uncle, and I stopped playing video games because I was staying with like 5 of my cousins, and they had their own living room. That it wasn't, to me, I wasn't in my own house.
That makes sense.
I couldn't fucking hop on the PlayStation, connect the PlayStation while they're trying to watch TV.
No,
so
it makes sense.
Once I moved into my uncle's house, bro, like I sold my PlayStation 3 to one of my homies.
Okay.
For like $80, and with that $80, I went and bought myself a new pair of shoes for my sophomore year. Bought myself a new T-shirt, and I completely sold all my games, sold my PlayStation, and my whole high school. Like, there's a lot of kids that, hop on GTA, let's go get.
Yeah.
Bro, my whole high school, I didn't play no video games. Completely no video games at all. I started making music. That's all I was doing with my cousin, But I didn't play no video games. Sold my PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I never had a PlayStation 4, bro, at all. Like, I've never, ever since middle school, I'm not really a gamer,
Okay.
I never had a PlayStation 4 until like 3 years ago. And once I got my job doing construction, I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna spend $100 and buy myself a PlayStation 4 from the homie, and I don't really even play it that much. But just because of that, because I, when I was younger, I thought about it, I had to sell my PlayStation, moved in with my uncle, and I kind of stopped doing like a lot of stuff that kids do,
Yeah.
Really, that's what it was.
Sense.
I stopped doing a lot of stuff. That I stopped hanging out, playing sports, stopped skateboarding, stopped playing video games, and I was like just going to school and making music with my cousin.
Yeah, that's when your whole focus shifted right there.
Yeah,
you went
kind of like
playing games to
kind of life changed up. But just recently, like now that I've like got my stuff going, I've got my clothing brand. I got a full-time job, and I'm like trying to get, I work hard,
Yes.
I work hard, and I save some money. I recently bought myself a PlayStation 3.
That's good. Shit.
I recently bought myself a PlayStation 3, and I bought all the old games that I used to play when I was a kid.
Bring back those memories.
Yeah, because I had a lot of the games still, like Black Ops 2, and I went and bought like Skate 3 and a lot of stuff that I used to play when I was younger. Just the, that nostalgia feeling.
That's what it is. It's a good feeling, man.
Yeah, definitely. It feels like, shit, this is what I was playing back in the day. So I went and bought myself one and just started buying a bunch of old games, and I don't play any new games at all.
Yeah,
I'd rather play like the old stuff,
And there's nothing wrong with that, man. There's nothing wrong that going back to your childhood and enjoying those games that gave you a good feeling, that it gave you an escape from reality. At the time, you weren't thinking about none of your problems, nothing in the world. When you were playing those games, you were just distracted.
I was a little kid, distracted playing video games, thinking of other stuff. But now it's like every once in a while, I don't really play video games too often, but every once in a while, whenever I'm like, you know what, I'm not busy right now, I'm gonna just, go to the living room and play some old fucking PlayStation 3, some Tony Hawk games and shit, that's
good games, man.
Yeah,
good games. So, I wanted to ask, like, we talked about, your personal life and growing up now, your childhood and stuff like that. So wanted to ask, pertaining to your actual job, like as an artist, from clothing to music to on both fields, like, are there any common myths or anything that people get, basically, they get it wrong? They assume that you're doing this, or they assume you're getting this money, or they just assumptions that are wrong about your field. Like, what are some myths that people get wrong, or that you want to share that people don't even know?
Shoot,
it's an interesting question, I know, and it's all right. You take your time and think about it, because it is a big question. Like, people wonder, like, oh, because I do music and I do clothing, that I'm rich, or what is like, or sometimes that no,
like, really, like, I guess people always just when you're making music or when you're doing clothes, people always expect, oh, your brand doesn't have fucking 10,000 followers, or
okay, let's talk about that.
This thing, you're not really doing that good, But everything is a learning process, bro. And like, even with the clothing brand, like, I've been doing it for a minute, but I'm not gonna say I make a fucking shitload of sales and I make my website is selling out. Because it's not, bro. I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Every day I'm learning. And really, I just started doing the screen printing. Really, it's all about building the brand, Right now, it's like, I'm not really, you're not going to blow up right off the bat. And then with, like you say, like, people think they're going to get into making clothing, or people see other people making their clothing brand. Yeah, they see other people doing a clothing brand, and they think, oh, I could do that. I could go sell some shirts. I could, yeah, maybe you can.
But for how long?
If your people fuck with you, maybe you sell some stuff. But off the bat, not everything is going to go the way you expect it. Not everything is going to go the way you plan it to,
True.
Like sometimes I make a shirt and I think, oh shit, this shit's going to sell out, bro. It's going to do hella good. It's not always going to go like that, That's why I don't like some people I see that have clothing brands. They're like, I just spent $4,000 on a bulk order, $4,000 on a bulk package of, this new drop.
Yeah.
Bro, I have never, ever dropped $4,000 on a bulk. I have never dropped over 2,000 on a, and yeah, if it's working for you, shit, good for you,
It's true.
But bro, me, I do everything by myself. Everything for it. I buy the blanks and I just buy like 50 to 100 blanks, depending on how much I need.
True.
Shit, sometimes like 100 blanks, and I print whatever comes to my mind, bro. Whatever I think in the moment. And that's the thing about my clothing brand. I print what I like. Whatever I have on my clothing brand is just the stuff that I'm into, the stuff that I like. And who knows, maybe someone else is into the same stuff. And 6'4" Impalas and BMWs. Yeah. That's the shit that I like.
Okay, I see.
6'4" Impalas, BMWs, fucking San Diego Padres. I grew up in San Diego, so I try to do a lot of the
homage to it, yes.
Yeah. Just Oceanside, San Diego County, I just try to throw a lot of San Diego stuff in there just because, just showing love, But that's just, everything that I do is just stuff that I'm into, Maybe someone else is going to be into it too, but I'll throw a lot of Oceanside stuff in there, But yeah, even when you're making music, that's just the thing that I like. When you're making clothes or making music, not everything is going to go the way you plan. Not everything is going to fucking blow up. Not everything is going to sell out.
That's true.
And everything is about learning and just trying hard and just keep pursuing what it is that you want and keep working to do better. Keep working to do better. That's the main thing,
I like that. I like that message, man. And so I wanted to ask you, what inspired you to actually become not actually what or who. It kind of, you already kind of said that it was because your cousin set up and stuff, but was there a particular artist or was it a specific person? Was it actually your cousin that inspired you to get into the music field and that's what was your kickstart? Or do you have anybody that you look up to that? Or some people do.
Honestly, I mean, that inspired me. I don't really, it's just I always grew up listening to music, ever since I was a little kid, I love music, and then one thing about when I was a kid, those old trivia games, trivia. Oh, guess that logo, guess this. Yeah. They used to do guess that song. And my cousins used to always come up to me, hey, what is this song? You've heard it before? Because they know that I know a lot of music. Even when I was a little kid, middle school, they knew that I know a lot of music, So, hey, who's this artist, Yeah. And I've always loved music, And I kind of not really a certain inspiration, but I guess I grew up listening to a lot of, when I was a little kid, Mac Miller.
Okay.
Mac Miller for sure. I grew up listening to a lot of that, Schoolboy Q. Okay. When I was skateboarding, and just now, just different things. I guess when I was in high school, a lot of the SoundCloud stuff is really what that's really what started
SoundCloud
it, bro.
era was
I guess
the time.
I guess that's if that's what you're asking. Definitely when I was in high school was the SoundCloud era.
Okay, and who from SoundCloud?
Yeah, it was definitely the main one when I was a freshman was definitely XXX Tentacion and Ski Master Slump God. And
I like how you said that because shout out to Kelkin. That was actually one of his inspirations too. Why he started the artist he is too.
Yeah, no, Ski
and X.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's definitely, I'm gonna say for a fact, definitely when I was a freshman, that's what I was listening to, underground shit. And I just saw that, shit, this dude, just blew up off of just, making, this music doesn't sound
distorted ass fucking
it doesn't sound like
bro.
It's recorded in a fucking studio.
No, hell no.
And, these guys are, blowing up. I was a kid, bro, and, we were all, paying attention to that stuff. And we were all damn, they're just recording like on a little microphone, recording on their phone. And you go on SoundCloud, there's a bunch of, I can't even like off the top of my head, I can't even name like all the artists. But at the time, a lot of people were blowing up off of just like little SoundCloud artists. Like,
you had Lil them, little Peep. You had just fuck a lot of people.
That's just that's just the artists that were around when I was a freshman. You know,
that's
so
really
that's
cool.
That's what I'm gonna say. Yes, definitely. Not even one artist in particular, but just like
the era,
just being like SoundCloud era. I guess
that's cool.
Definitely was what inspired me to start making music. You know, kind of like, hey, if these guys can just hop on SoundCloud and upload a song, you know, fuck yeah, I can too. And bro, when I was a little kid, I had most of those songs are not up anymore, but I was messing around, just dropping song after song, just messing around, bro. And people were making fun of me, like, "Hey, it's a little rapper kid. It's a little rapper kid." Like now, I don't rap. I don't consider myself a rapper. I'm a producer. I make music, and I haven't fucking spit a verse in fucking 2 years, you know. But
let's see.
The music is the beats is what I focus on, you know, and. I remember when I was a little kid, people used to be, "Oh, it's this little rapper kid." But bro, I was on SoundCloud doing fucking 50,000 plays, 100,000 plays.
Yeah,
I had one song with like 150,000 plays, bro. And like I was just dropping, and it definitely like when I was a freshman, bro, I was just dropping like it was completely different than what I'm making now, completely different. And I wasn't making the beats, so like the sound wasn't like. I didn't have my own sound.
Yeah. I see.
But every song that I was dropping at the time was like at least getting 10,000, 15,000. You know? It wasn't a hit, but for SoundCloud,
but the numbers that's impressive
for a little kid that was like just messing around, bro. I was
50,000 people though that have heard that song either.
And I'm not gonna say it was good,
but it was. Hey, you had.
I'm not gonna say it was a fucking dope like, bro. I look back at a lot of my old songs that I made when I was a little kid. I'm like, bro, this shit is trash, bro. You know, like I would never post some shit like that anymore. But I was a little kid.
Yeah, and we all start somewhere, man.
Yeah, we all start somewhere, and I was just a little kid, just messing around, experimenting, and I was getting like 20,000 plays, so that's why I kept doing it. You know, but
I see.
But now it's like I kind of like stopped. I don't rap. You know.
No,
I make beats, and I stopped doing it for a few years, but just recently I got into making the beats again.
So, you know, that you say you started getting back into making beats. Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about your latest journey behind your latest was it single or EP? How would you describe it? Love Got Faded. Was that a single or an EP?
Okay, so that one with Young Ice.
Yes, like so that's another question I'm gonna ask you about afterwards.
Yeah, no. That's like really like to me that's like it really like I didn't have too much like pretty much when I make my own beats, I listen to music, I sit down and I listen to music and I just go through the way I make my beats. When I was when I was younger, I would go on FL Studio just on YouTube or just make a little use whatever sounds they had on FL Studio and make the beat from scratch. But I stopped kind of making beats for a whole like 3 years, bro. Like after high school, I stopped making beats and I was recording like rapping and stuff and like on other beats, but I wasn't making my own beats. I was doing that for a good 3 years, but just once I stopped doing that, I started getting into a lot of like the Alchemist, West Side Gun, Boldy James, and like underground like hip hop like that, and they use a lot of smooth samples, you know, and that's why I started collecting records.
Okay, I see.
I started collecting records, and I'm not sure if you ever heard of crate digging.
No, let's talk about that.
So crate digging, pretty much crate digging is when you buy records or when you get a whole crate that's full of records, you go through the crate and you just, you know, you go through the crate and who knows, like you might find some good music on there, you know, some good songs. That's usually the way I do it. So when I'm making music, I know that's probably what you're asking me. When I'm making my music, that's the process that I do. With that certain single, Love Got Faded, I didn't really have too much to do on that. Like, so Ice is just the little homie, and I
let's talk about your friendship with him. Like, let's talk about him. How's your friendship with MC Young Ice?
He's just He's just a young homie, you know. He's a little homie, and he's in high school.
Good.
I didn't really know him growing up, you know. Obviously, he's a lot younger than me, but I seen him. He's a young kid, bro, and I see young kids that are or like people that are making their music, and you know, it's like, oh, I see what you're doing, you know. That's dope.
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of. I was checking out your music on Apple, and I noticed that there's a lot of him on there. So that's why I wanted to ask you.
But no, that's just like, cause bro, like when I started doing the gamble thing, is when I started making those new beats. Once I started making beats again, I had already had the Gamble clothing brand, but the goal is to do like, that's why I don't like me. I'm Angel de Gamble, and that stands for Angel from Gamble. You know, you think of Jake from State Farm.
Yeah, makes sense.
Angel from Gamble. You know, but the Gamble thing that I'm trying to do is just clothing. But then you listen to the music, and it's like, oh damn, this beat is dope. So I kind of want it to like. I don't really want my music to be like, I want my music to be looked at as like, oh, that's, you know, it's some art, you know. The beat is like some art.
So do you want your music to somehow tie in with your clothing?
Exactly.
That's okay. That's what you're aiming
that's
for.
The goal. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
I want my music or the clothing to tie in with the music.
I see that.
So when you see if you fuck with the music, hey, fuck it. There's the merch.
No, and that's what I actually wanted to talk to you about, because I was sitting there with my coworkers, with my lady, and a couple friends, and they were listening to your beats, they were listening to the music on Apple and everything, and they like it, they really like it, and that's when I started telling them, I was like, well, you know, he does screen printing, and I didn't see too much of your screen printing, but I knew like, yeah, you were the man behind it, so I was like, okay, I could see the process of that.
That's the goal, though. I want the Gamble brand to tie in with the music. Hey, if you fuck with the music, listen, or if you fuck with the brand, listen to the music. You know, you might fuck with that. If you fuck with the music, hey, go cop some merch.
No, and that's really nice that you can connect it all together like that. So it's regardless, you're gonna get that exposure in either your clothing brand or either your music. So that's good that you're being able to like. It's kind of almost like the handball court. You're hitting the ball back on the wall, so you can bounce back left or right, and it doesn't matter. You're still gonna get a hit, which is good.
Yeah, but no, like definitely like with my relationship with young guys, he's just a young homie, you know. And me, like being like, I've been making my music for a minute, you know, and especially now that I've started doing the beats, I want to connect with other people in my area and other people in my city, especially. And I see that little kid was, you know, making some noise. He's a young kid, bro.
That's good.
He's I think he's 16 years old, bro.
Hey, that's
so he's young.
We start somewhere, man. You gotta start somewhere. That's good.
He's young and he's got a lot of time, you know, ahead of him, and he's got a lot of time to just work and build and just do better. You
wish
know?
him the best, man. Exactly. Hopefully, you know, the future brings him nothing but great things. You know,
definitely. And he's a little kid, bro. Like when I was his age, I was making music, but he's pretty solid, pretty good for
it's really cool to see like the difference where you were at your age to where some of the kids are at same age,
like
but different
times have changed. Times have changed, you know, like I wasn't making the music that he's making when I was a little kid, you know, but he's pretty good, you know.
That's awesome.
And I'm you know, I'm not gonna hate on him. You know, other people will hate on it, but like bro, he's putting in that work. Doing pretty good for a little kid, you know, and that's why like I never knew him, you know, but once I started making my beats and I started seeing him around, I hit him up and I'm like, hey, here's a few beats, you know, and I kind of like, I kind of want to be like a mentor kind of.
That's really cool.
You know, he's doing his stuff and he comes to me like, hey, what do you think about this song? What do you think? And I'm like, oh, that's dope, you know, or I give him some feedback.
That's
you know?
really good.
That's
you're doing that.
And that's people like the main goal. Like with me, I want to be like kind of like a executive producer, like a A&R kind of guy, like this guy that finds different artists, kind of like, hey, you know, here's some of my beats, let's make an album together, kind of like that, you know, or just finding different artists in my neighbor in my area, finding different artists around the city, around San Diego, and kind of like getting them out there a little bit more, you know, whatever I can do to help, doing photography, doing video, you know, sending you some beats, you know, and that's the main thing, you know, and that's really like how I came about with him. I just hit him up and I was like, hey bro, you know, I like this sound that you got. Your beats, the beats that you're kind of rapping on are similar to the ones that I got. You know, here's a few beats. And I sent him a few beats, but with that Love Got Faded track, he kind of just, hey, I like this sample. Love don't live here. It's a classic song, you know, like I've heard it a million times. And that one, I didn't really have to do that much work. he kind of was just like, hey, bro, I like this sample. You think you can make something with this? And he sends me a few samples like that, and he's like, hey, whenever you got time, let me know if you can make this beat, you know? And, you know, just helping out, you know, like, I'm like, all right, for sure. So I made him that beat, and really, he just sent me the sample. I chopped it up real quick, and I made the beat, sent it to him, you know? So he really, like, did most of the work. I didn't really have too much work on that one, you know? But usually when I make a beat, I do sit there and I take time and I dig through records, or I dig through YouTube and I find YouTube samples, and it's like, if I hear something in the music that's like, oh, that sounds dope, or even if it's just a little line, like that one beat that I posted, it's like, love's a gamble. It says that in the artist, or like the wheel of life goes on. It's just like, damn, that line is dope. So I chop that little 10 seconds and I just repeat it, loop it.
That's really cool.
And I put a beat over it, you know? And that's just like, music is a feeling, music is an emotion. Everything, like, whenever you're listening to music, it's emotions, you know? So sometimes you're listening to a little line and you're like, damn, I felt that one, you know? And that's like really my process with making music, you know? I dig through records, and even if it's not just a line, just the sound, like, you can hear a sound like a violin, and that shit sounds sad as fuck, you know? Like, damn, this shit will make me cry right now. You know, just the sound, bro. Like, it's crazy how, you know, music can make you feel like that.
Yeah, it definitely moves you.
It can make you feel like a certain way just by listening to a sound, bro.
True.
Like, not even words, just a sound. So that's why I kind of been getting into like sampling a lot. And
it's really nice because even just listening to your beats with it's unique because people are used to listening to songs with lyrics. And when you just sit there and listen to sound, it does tell a different story. It does tell a unique story. You sit there and you really listen to it, it does tell a story. And that's what I paid attention to your beats and your music, and they do, each song you have, they all do tell a different story in a different state of emotion, which is really nice.
Yeah, cry my tears away. Like that. It's see? Yeah, like it's just like different. See, that's what. But I do different type of Sometimes I'll do like the fucking the grimier hip hop beats. Sometimes I'll do the slow sample. That's like, the reason I like doing those beats is because there's a lot of emotion in it, you know?
Yeah, and then that's a good way to like not communicate, but like get in touch with your folks out there with the world. Like, that's how they can build that connection. That connection with that. So, you know, I really appreciate you sharing the whole process with that, and you know, a little bit about your insight of your life and whatnot. So, like, let me ask you, like, you got any favorite colors? Is there any specific favorite color of yours that you like, or colors with an S? Because I mean, sometimes people have more than one. You know, what's your favorite colors? If you had fans out there that they want to bring you a shirt, or they want to bring you something like, oh, and I like a color blue or a color green or something, and it's like, oh, they made you a fan
like,
or something.
Honestly, like the shit that, like, I really wear like a lot of my own stuff, but the stuff that I've been doing is just black and white. Okay. And like, really, I don't really wear too much. I say black and white and blue. Black and white and blue. Okay. Back then I used to wear like, just like depending on what I'm wearing, you know, like I guess my favorite color I'd say is blue. Black, white, blue, and gray. You know, they're not really colors. They're not really colors. Black, white, and gray. They're not really colors.
I get you though.
That's what I like to rock, you know?
No, I definitely understand that.
Colors, I say blue.
And so colors, all right, we talked about colors. Well, shit, people might wonder, like, what does Angel like to eat? What does he like to eat? Is there any favorite places out here, or any favorite foods that you generally like?
Shoot.
That you can tell the folks from around the loop?
Shit, I'm gonna be honest. Shit. All right, my favorite food. All right, I'm gonna be real. Yeah. So shit, because me and my girl be munching out, dog. So shit, we be eating at Armando's Mexican food.
Yes, sir.
My favorite food, carnitas. I say carnitas, or fucking wings and things, tenders, mild tenders, bomb. That's what I be. Shit, I be experimenting, bro. I get the tenders and cut them up, put them into the breadsticks, make a little sandwich.
I do that too.
Yeah,
I do that too all the time.
That's my shit right there. So good. Yeah, or like me and my girl, we like to just go to like different pizza places, especially around here. Like,
any honorable mentions, that like places that you actually like going around here in the city?
Around here, cause we're right here by the beach, bro. We're right here by the beach, so places that we like to go. Honestly, Knockout Pizza. My girl likes that. Knockout Pizza a lot, right downtown. Armando's right there in the neighborhood. We go there a lot. Shoot. Best pizza and brew, killer pizza. There's not really. I guess we go to just like other Mexican spots like Anita's.
Okay.
My girl likes to go there, but yeah, just I like to keep it local. You know.
Yeah.
That's I like to support. Armando's.
No, that's pretty cool because I think there's one of the homies.
I've been going there since I was a
Armando's
little.
Is next to Birkin, right?
Yep, right there.
One of the homies works there. He wears glasses all the time. I keep forgetting his fucking name. He's such a good guy.
Heck yeah.
I can't remember his name. Jonathan, you know who that is?
You probably know him. He's always wearing the glasses.
It's the homie that's always working there. He's about our age, dude.
He's like that feels like a little
mustache.
He's wearing a hat.
Yeah.
He's been working there for years.
I've probably seen him there though. Seen him there.
His frames look like thin.
Yeah, thin like rectangle frames. Like but he's the homie though. Like he's always been working there too.
Tight.
So no, that's badass.
Yeah, no, but I've been going there since I was a little kid, bro. Like my uncle he cleans like businesses, like power washes, pressure washes, and cleans the floors and stuff. And he used to clean that spot overnight, and then he cleans like grocery stores overnight. But that spot, shoot, we've been going there since I was a little ass kid, little kid.
It's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, right there in the neighborhood, and shoot, ever since I was as long as I can remember, being like 6 years old, just munching out with the family there. I love that spot.
Hell yeah! I mean, and what about drinks? Do you have like any favorite drinks?
Beer.
Okay. Any beer particularly that you like? Like, is there an IPA or a brand?
Shit, I'm just playing now, but shit, I like to just keep it regular, Shit, I guess shit, keep it mellow. I say favorite soda, I'd be drinking Dr. Pepper. I say my favorite beer is probably fucking.
You gotta have a favorite brand, or is there brands, or because you can have more than one. I mean, some people like IPA, some people like the regular beers.
Yeah, shit. I be fucking with the IPAs, but
okay, which one?
Not too the shit Voodoo Rangers and like
Voodoo
Stone IPAs, but shit, not too often. Like lately, I gotta relax on those. Like shit, they've been messing me up, Like every time me and my girl, this season we've been to like 3 Padre games. Shoot, bro, every time, like the first time, I was like, hey, I'm not buying a beer inside the stadium. I'm gonna buy 2 IPAs. 2 IPAs, and I chugged them, bro. I chugged them before we walked in, and they were fresh. I chugged the whole thing, drank it quick, probably in like 2 minutes, and then we went to the gate, and they told my girl, hey, bro, you can't take in that bag. That bag is too big. You got to take that back to the car.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'll go back to the car. I went back to the car, and I had another tall can in there. I drank the other tall cans. And they're like 9% IPAs.
Yeah, they're pretty fucking strong.
They're pretty strong, bro. Like so when I'm drinking the IPAs, when I'm at home, I chill,
You're sipping on it.
I'm sipping on
it
casually. No. But I'm chilling. Like at home, I'm chilling, casual. It doesn't really hit me. I'm just like sipping it slowly. I don't drink it too fast, and I stretch it out. But that day, I went to the Padre game, and I fucking chugged it. And then I went to the gate, went back to my car, chugged the second one. Bro, I didn't realize it was going to hit me that hard because I fucking chugged it.
So it hit you, by the time you got to the gate, or you got back to your seat?
No, we went back. I was already like, when we got to the gate, I was already like, kind of like wavy.
Okay.
I was already wavy, and then we went into the game, got some food, sat down in our seats, and I was enjoying the game. But, so my girl went to go get some nachos, and she pretty much like surprised me, and she's like, here, I bought you a tall can. Oh, bro, so I'm already 2 tall cans deep. And she's like, here, hey, get yourself an IPA. She bought me an IPA, fucking tall can that was another 8%, the fucking space dust.
You're already at 24% alcohol.
Yeah, the space dust, bro. So she bought me one of those, and I'm like halfway through the game, and I'm like, damn, I already had 2 tall cans, Fuck, bro. I drank that second one, or that third one, while I was at the game, and they're all IPA.
Yeah.
I was like, halfway through, I was like, damn, I'm fucking faded. I probably shouldn't fucking finish this thing, bro. I probably shouldn't. And I'm like drinking it, not even enjoying it. I wasn't even enjoying it because I was like, I already felt so like, oh, my head hurts. And I'm just like, this IPA is kind of hitting, And shoot, after I drank that one, so after I drank that third IPA, bro, I don't know, like I just didn't really feel good, you know? Like, I didn't enjoy it. And then the game ended, and I was just like, oh, I was tipsy. And we're, like, walking out the stadium. My girl says that I was, like, stumbling, like, trying to... Because, you know, when you leave the Padres stadium, the main entrance, there's, like, a big flight of stairs.
Hell yeah.
I guess she was like, bro, you're, like, leaning back, walking down those stairs. And, like, I don't even remember walking or driving home. Like, honestly, shit. We walked to the parking lot. Don't remember that, you know? On the whole freeway, fucking 40 minutes to drive home. Don't remember that. I remember pulling up to the house because I had woken up probably. But my girl said I wasn't asleep. She said I was like in the car, like singing the fucking music. Bro, I don't know. But after that, I was like, damn, I got to chill on these IPAs, you know? But
sounds like you were having a good time.
Yeah, bro. But ever since then, it's like, all right, the IPAs, chill. If I'm going to the Padre game, I'll drink like one or two, like maybe two. But one before I walk in, and I'll be chilling. You know, I'll be good.
Yeah.
Because like then you end up spending too much money. And last time I went to the game, I bought a beer there. You know, like at the games are like $16.
They're pretty expensive.
They're pretty expensive, you know. But I don't know what it is, bro. When you're there, like at a game or like at a certain at a certain function or whatever, you drink one or two beers, you feel fucking tipsy. You feel good, you know. But when I'm at home, I drink one or two beers. It's like casual.
Yeah.
But bro, I don't know what it is. Like the last time we went, me and the homies, and I only drank 2 beers. But I felt like I was drunk as hell. I was like, damn, that's crazy. Your really hits different.
But I can imagine that. So I see, man, and that's pretty funny because like. Yeah, you were there trying to pound the 2, and then you got the extra one.
But that's the thing. I didn't even want that third one. You know?
You can't waste that money, though.
I was like, I'm good. And my girl kind of surprised me. Here, I got you one. I was like, ooh.
You got a surprise finishing it yourself.
I'm like, you're not going to be too happy after this one.
But as long as you had a good time, man, and you enjoyed it, that's what matters. Is that good time.
Yeah, but that's why I gotta relax sometimes. That's why I don't really like the IPAs. I just keep them mellow, drink one, you know.
Yeah.
But I like to keep it chill. I'm not a big liquor person, bro, at all. Like I know those people that are just swigging out the bottle.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nah, I can't do that. Fuck no. Even when I start like mixing, like if I ever do, usually in the past like couple years, bro, every time I drink out of the bottle or drink straight liquor, I'm usually drinking a beer.
Yeah.
You know? And then I mix that and fucking throw up, bro.
Yeah, it usually happens like that.
Yeah,
I used to do that back in my day.
I keep it chill. I'll just drink like a few beers, you know, but
that's good. Shit.
I say like I fuck with like Pacificos. Right now the main thing I've been messing with those Estrella Jaliscos.
Okay.
Underrated, you know, like Modelos and stuff. They're kind of
like, put them on the map too. That's what's up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because they like, I feel like Modelos and Pacificos, they're just overrated.
Yeah.
Or like people tax on them just because a lot of people want them. And
what's the name?
Yeah, exactly, the name. And it's like you go to the store and you see like other beer brands or like other Estrella Jalisco, they're cheaper, bro. You $20 for 24 packs, something like that.
It's not bad. You got to try it out. It ain't, you know.
That's lately I've been trying some different ones, you know.
Nice.
The underrated ones. So.
Okay. Yeah. So you know, as I do in every episode with these interviews, you know, as we're gonna start getting close to wrapping it up.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I do want to take the moment now to thank you for being on the show. Thank you for sharing your life, you know, your personal story, man, and taking a deep dive and just opening yourself up to the world.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate you that before we, you know, end the show. Just wanted to take that moment to, you know, thank you for that.
No, thank you, bro. Thank you for having me.
No, anytime, man. I'm looking forward to having you more and more on the episodes. You know, we'll have a part 2, we'll have a part 3, and so on. So we'll continue to keep doing that.
Anytime, just chop up, you know.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Let me know.
Yes, sir. That'd be pretty dope. And so wanted to ask, changes in society, especially growing up in the East Side, like growing up here in Oceanside too. Like, what are some changes you've seen over the past like 5 to 10 years? Let's start with a 5-year part because a lot has changed in 5 years, man.
Oceanside for sure. Oceanside for sure. There's been a lot of changes, you know. I feel like when I was growing up, it was a lot different, you know. Growing up, I feel like growing up, people didn't want to be here, didn't want to come here unless you lived here. It was all locals. Back then. Like even just like when I was 10 years ago, I'd say it was just all locals. But now that like all this stuff started being built within
Like
the past 5 years, yeah, all these big buildings and like big hotels right in front of the beach and like all these new restaurants. It's just like so many things have been changing around Oceanside, and they've been building like just different stuff, you know. A lot more tourists, a lot more people that are not from here, a lot more people like, and a lot of I guess famous people, celebrities.
Yeah,
they come here for vacation. Like I seen like few people. They go to that rooftop bar I
was just there the other night, just checking it out,
right in front of the pier. A lot of famous people. They stay there, you know, and they come here just to, you know, like a vacation or some shit. You
that
know,
or in Palm Springs, yo. Oh my gosh, Palm Springs in India is insane. How many celebrities are out there? And you walk by them and you didn't even realize. So you're like, oh shit, was that so and so? You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, hell yeah, nah. But Oceanside definitely, there's been a lot of changes. You know, a lot different than when we were growing up. Definitely.
Like, well, how about like in the community? Like, what changes have you seen in the community wise?
The community, what community?
Like the community that we grew up in. Stuff. Yeah, like Oceanside as a whole, like that,
as a
like,
whole.
Besides like the whole tourist and stuff, like has it gotten more like, I guess if folks can say active on the streets, or more
I'd say
more dangerous, or is it more?
I mean, I'd say that's always going to be around, you know. In Oceanside, that's always going to be around, you know. You can't really escape it, but if you're in the mix, you're going to see it a lot more. You know? If you're in the mix, you're going to see it a lot more. But if you're just here downtown Oceanside, you're not really going to see a lot of that stuff. But the thing I love most about our community is we're still strong in our culture, bro. Like you go down to the beach and you still see the fucking lowriders if you're down there by the beach, down by the harbor, or not the harbor, down by the strand, bro, even if you stay there for 20 minutes, you're gonna see a few lowriders. You're gonna see a few people cruising the beach.
That's pretty.
The locals. Pretty that's a thing. That's a thing that you do. If you're a local, you're gonna go cruise the beach. You're gonna go cruise the strand.
That's true.
You know, and it's crazy to us. It's just like second nature. You know? Like it's just what we do. It's just what we do. The beach is right there. The strand is right there. But, bro, like talking to other people that are not from here, they're like, oh my God, doesn't Oceanside have that one little street that you can walk on the beach, or you can drive on the beach? I'm like, yeah, the strand. To us, it's normal. Yeah. To other people, bro, they never drove by the beach like that. You know?
That's actually something I did want to tell you about. Having the opportunity to be stationed like the East Coast and stuff like that, and to travel the U.S. Like I've been in different beaches, and when you put it like that, I think Oceanside is one of the only ones that places that actually has
don't get me wrong, there probably is.
There's probably a couple more.
Yeah.
But for sure, Oceanside is one of the few that has a actual fucking drivable road on the beach, on the actual beach.
Yeah, like you can drive by Mission Bay and shit, like
or by Carlsbad and stuff, but you're not like right there. You can hop out of your car and you're in the water. It's pretty cool.
It's just the thing, like for locals, bro. That's just like what we do. We cruise the beach, we cruise the strand, we fucking park the car right there and smoke a blunt or whatever.
Yes, sir.
You know, but like if you know. But like for most people, that's a thing that we fucking do every day almost. There's people that do that once a day.
Yes, sir.
There's people that do that every other day, at least once a week. You know, like that's something that we're always gonna have. You know, hopefully. You know, but I think that's like an important part of Oceanside, the strand, and the pier especially. But if you're in Oceanside, that's definitely a thing to do. Just go cruise the beach.
That's for sure. That's for sure, man.
But I love that culture, that lowrider culture. Still strong.
It is a beautiful culture, man, and that's for and anybody can have that opportunity to check it out. Anybody, you know, it's a culture, it's a lifestyle too. So if that's something that you guys plan to do your research first and stuff, because it is a fucking full lifestyle that you have to devote yourself to that. Because you're no longer just, you got an oldies car, you're cruising no more. You are living a fucking lifestyle.
You're living that.
You have to.
For sure.
You have to live to that standard.
So it's crazy. Like, just the way like we were raised, you know, ever since I was a kid, I've always been into lowriders. I love lowriders.
That's really nice.
That's why, like, now that I've been doing the photography, I'm always around that stuff. You know, I'm always around that stuff. A lot of my homies, like my cousin has lowriders, you know. A lot of my homies, they pick me up and hey, we're cruising now, you know, want to come through? Hey, you know, swoop me up. You know, and that's just, I love that, you know? And that's why I like doing the photography. I'm always in the mix. So I might as well just, you know, that's why I've been kind of not focusing more on it, but I've been trying to get out there more with the photography.
No, I see that, and I like that. And so one question I did have to ask you, and this is one of those deep questions. It's like, you know, if you were to sit down and, or like right now that we're sitting down, instead of me being in this chair and instead of me, it was just a younger version of you, what would you tell yourself, the younger version of yourself right now? If you had a message for the younger version of yourself, and this is an inspiration for all the young people out there too.
Definitely. Shoot. Honestly, like the main thing is just work hard, you know? Do what you love. That's the main thing. Do what you love, and be yourself. Most of all, be yourself, and don't worry about what other people think, what other people think about you, or what other people tell you. Like really, like if you got something going for yourself and you're doing what you love, then go ahead and do that. You know, and other people might be like, oh, you know, he's not that good at whatever it is that you're doing. You know, he's not that good, or you know, you might get some fucking comments on your post or whatever. But the main thing is like just be yourself. Yeah. And that's the thing about me. Like I've never faked the funk. I've always like, you know, don't worry about other people liking you, you know?
That's good.
Like I've always been a fucking super loud, obnoxious kid, you know, like I've always like been like funny. Kind of like I love making the people around me laugh, you know?
Yes.
That's just the main thing, you know? And just like don't worry about what other people tell you, bro. Be yourself, you know, do what you love. That's the main thing, you know? That's really the main thing. Do what you love, and don't let anybody tell you what to do or how to do something, you know?
I like that. And so the final question as we get to wrapping the show up now. So now you had a message to yourself. Now my question is, what is the message for the world? What is your message for the world? Because that is slightly different from what you just, you know, message to yourself, a letter to yourself. Now it's a letter to the world. Like, for all the audience out there, for all the folks that are, you know, having a good day or having a bad day, or, you know, living a rich lifestyle or living the poor lifestyle, like everybody comes from all different backgrounds and stuff like that.
The message to the world is just, we're looking for them better days, you know?
Yes, sir.
Like Tupac said, you know, it's every day. Every day is, the main goal is like, to me, I always tell myself, every day you're trying to be better than you were the last day. You know, today I'm trying to be better than I was yesterday, you know, and so forth, you know.
So always strive to be a better version of yourself.
Strive to be a better version of yourself. Always,
I like that.
You know, always try to better yourself however it is, you know. Always stay positive.
Yeah.
Stay positive and never stop learning. Learning is super important.
Learning is power, man.
Learning is power. Knowledge is power.
Yep.
And,
knowledge
is
money.
There's never enough knowledge out there, you know. You can always learn more, no matter what it is, whether it's making music, whether it's, you know, whatever you do, whatever, I'm not going to even say it, but whatever it is that you do, you can always learn more. There's always something that you can learn from someone else or from other people that you probably didn't know. That, you know, hey, I just learned something new today. And that's one thing. Every day you should be trying to learn something new.
I like that. And yeah, you know, you should as an individual, you should want to be able to learn, you know, make it a goal for yourself, maybe once a week, you know, write down 3 things that you learned throughout the week. If it, you know, try starting small, try weekly, then daily. You know, if it goes weekly, okay, every week I learned this and this and that. Okay, well now, what did I learn Monday? What did I learn Tuesday? Start breaking it down so you start learning, and it'll help you want to learn more, because some people struggle to have that drive, and so start small and work your way up. But I like that, man. I really do. And like I said, thank you again for being on the show. Yep. Thank you for being on the Around the Loop podcast.
Anytime, bro. Thank you for having me.
No problem. And like I said, you know, you guys, thank you to the audience. Thank you guys for really buckling down, listening to these episodes. I know these episodes are getting just better and better and better. And you may wonder, like, where the fuck this happened? Well, a door was open and it led to a hallway of opportunity, guys. So, you know, stay tuned for more episodes. We're going to have artists, we're going to have beat producers, we're going to have rappers, we're going to have singers. Shit, I even got comedians that are from La Jolla, from the La Jolla Comedy Show, that are going to be coming up soon. So you guys stay tuned for some personal interviews too on those individuals too. And you know, like I said, my message is to share your voice around the world, share your message around the world to everybody and anybody. So, thank you guys for being on the show. And yeah, thank you guys for listening to this episode of Around the Loop.
Thank you.